judges, respected audience, and everyone here today, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Seperti 9 years ago, on Indonesia Independence Day, the heroes fought not just for freedom, but the future of the nation. Independence was not the end, but the beginning for the future of the nation. For the future working towards, how are we continue the development and advance our nation? Greetings everyone, my name is Shainal Falia, and I am from 4th State Senior High School, Maratue. Today, as the next generation working towards Golden Indonesia 2045, how are we preparing to face the challenges of today? First, let us express our gratitude to God Almighty for bringing us together in good health. And I am deeply thankful to the judges and the English speech contest committee for this wonderful opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, independence means having the freedom to manage our country and affairs including education, politics, economy, society, and culture. Independence was achieved the struggle and sacrifices of our heroes, but with Mr. Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta leading the proclamation of independence. Okay. Mr. Sukarno's famous phrase is just merah, with meaning of jangan sekali-kali melupakan sejarah. However, as time goes on, we face new challenges of today in digital and technological era. While global interaction expands our access to diverse content of helpful, misleading information, leading for moral debate, cyberbullying, and division. Moreover, a significant challenge we face as a student of the risk of forgetting our history and progress as a student and member of society. From my own experience, I have several factors to supporting our independence and progress as society and members of society. Firstly, a strong commitment for our independence education is crucial. Through the learning and understanding our history and values, we build a solid foundation for making informed decisions and contributing effectively to our nation's development. Participating in community service and local activities and local initiative also plays a key role by getting open communication and collaboration. We build the future in good nation. So, in conclusion, while we celebrate our past and work towards Golden Indonesia 2045, we must by fostering a cultural preservation, improving education, and enhancing literacy, we can ensure that the independence of the future is comfortable. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm Shaila Madia saying thank you to all for your attention, and I'm very glad to have brought this topic. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kak semua, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, dan salam kebajikan. My respected ladies and gentlemen, my respect to the jury, my respect to all the organizing committee and the young generation of Indonesia. First of all, let us thank to God because we can carry this place without any trouble and any obstruction. So, that's all we will have the opportunity to take part in the commemoration of the 79th one, but the diversity of unity, ethnicity, religion, custom, language, and culture. The attitude of unity and integrity is needed in the younger generation. So the capital becomes the basis for reflecting the future and for future as the young generation. And yes, as the next generation, we must feel Indonesia's independence by maintaining and defending Indonesia's independence as Article 20, Paragraph 1 of the 1945 Constitution. Every citizen has the right and obligation to participate in effectuating the Indonesia's independence. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there are many efforts that we can do, starting from with the homeland, preserving Indonesian culture, then applying tolerance to others, and willing to sacrifice. And yes, a great Indonesian nation is a great nation that is able to embrace diversity with the high sense of unity and integrity. As the next generation, we must independent as a country in our daily lives, as well as maintain the integrity of our beloved country, and we must together right our determination to fight for the beginning of independence. And let us continue to work hard to realize a more advanced, peaceful, and just Indonesia. And simply action have passed since the proclamation of independence. And let us continue to work hard to realize a better, fairer, and more prosperous Indonesia. And this is message on this occasion. May the spirit of independence reign burning in our chest. And happy 79th Independence Day of Republic of Indonesia. Merdeka! Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, dan salam kebajikan. Good morning, dear honorable judges, respected teachers, dear friends in this speech contest, and all of the audience in this room. First of all praises be to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given us health, the golden time, and the opportunity to gather here. My name is Marisa Zahara, and I am representative from SMA Negeri 2 Moratewe. On this occasion, I am going to deliver a speech about the independence. Specifically, I am the independent student. Ladies and gentlemen, when we hear the word independence, perhaps the first thing that comes to mind is free from colonialism or oppression. However, in today's era, independence has a broader meaning. In general, the word independence means freedom or not being bound by others. Meanwhile, the definition of independence, according to the Indonesian dictionary, is a freedom, which means we are not under external pressures, not colonized, and so on. And in the context of education, especially at school activities, independence means efforts to create a learning environment that is free for expression, free from various obstacles, especially psychological pressures. And as independent students, I am the independent students, you are the independent students, and we are the independent students. We have the right ways to learning based on our interests and talents. This curriculum have launching by the government provide us with
opportunity to explore, innovate, and develop ourselves more and more. In this curriculum, we are also taught to become students with Pancasila characters that practice Pancasila values in our daily lives, such as being devoted to God, respecting differences, upholding unity, being fair and courteous, appreciating diversity, caring for social justice, and prioritizing consensus. However, these freedoms also come with responsibility. Because of these freedoms, we can pursue education without the threat of conflict. We are free to pursue, to innovate ourselves, to express ourselves, and innovate without the threat, without the fear of oppression. That's why, as independent students, we must have self-discipline and the responsibility for our learning process. We must dare to take the initiative, seek additional learning resources, and not just rely on what is provided by the teachers in the classroom. We must be active and proactive in pursuing knowledge. And one of the places that consistently provide us to aid our learning is library. Today, Barito Utara Public Library actively engages the community by offering free membership within minutes. The library provision of the electronic books and wide variety of engaging books highlights its significant role in advancing education and technology. Ladies and gentlemen, before I end my speech, I earnestly hope we can be a generation that is smarter, more creative, and innovative. Be independent students who can think critically but still have the responsibility for it. Let us raise ourselves and sharing our abilities as the generation of Barito Utara through our passion. We can go to different places in this world, but we will always come back home to Huma Betang. And guys, remember, Yang Mulik Beng Kampuran. I hope it is useful for all of us, and we can practice it in our daily lives as the golden generation. Thank you for your attention. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Dimanatai, salam sawujud karanja malempang, adil kata lino, bacuramin kasarga, basengat kajibata, arus, arus, arus. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the honorable juries, and my beloved friends. How are you today? I hope you are in your best condition. The honorable juries and my beloved friends, it is so proud of me that I can stand here to meet you in this speech contest to celebrate Independence Day of our beloved nation, Indonesia. As we know that today is 5 days before the Independence Day of our beloved nation. On this momentous occasion, the freedom that we enjoy now was the bravery and sacrifices of our forefathers who fought tirelessly. Their resilience and determination have paved the way for a brighter future for all Indonesians. As a future young generation and the successor of the nation, we act as a support system for our future. We should bring a positive thing, a good reflection, and to be a generation of change for young generation in the future. As we commemorate this memorable day, let us remember that independence is not about the colonized or operate nation, but the presence of justice, equality, and opportunity for all.
It is duty to uphold these values and work together to build a nation where everyone can thrive. Everyone have an active role to make our beloved country to be developed and more advanced. Ladies and gentlemen, freedom is something we should grateful for. To show our gratitude as a student, we should contribute positively in society. Even a small act, like being respectful and tolerant toward others, plays a really important part in developing this country. For example, students' role is study hard and do some positive things. Once again, we do not make a negative or bad thing that could make a conflict in the environment. May we continue to be inspired by the spirit of our ancestors, and may we strive to create an Indonesia that stands as a beacon of hope and progress for future generations. Happy Independence Day!
Before I start my speech, I want everybody in this room to focus what I am holding right now.
Money.
Yes, this is 15,000 rupiah. As a youngster, we can buy a lot of stuff with this money. But why not buy something more useful? To broaden our knowledge and appreciate our hero's struggle. Like history book. So that's why I'll deliver my speech today entitled The Role of Young People in Filling Indonesia Independence. Hello everyone! Hello. The honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen, the teacher whom I respect, and my lovely fellow friends, peace be upon you all. I hope that my speech that I will deliver today isn't going to take too long and worthy for everyone in here. I am Alindra Rumaishayu, the representative of Barito, Utara. So, before I start my speech, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys know who is Sukarno? I think almost everyone knows who he is, especially Indonesia's citizens. So, I want you guys to remember one of his words of wisdom. If you give me 1,000 of parents, they will build Sumeru mountains until there is. But if you give me 10 teenagers, so they will shake the world. This speech motivated many people in Indonesia. Sukarno himself seems to believe that youth are the engine of change of a nation. Ladies and gentlemen, independence is not merely a word, but a profound concept that holds a deep meaning for every nation and its people. As we commemorate our nation's struggle for freedom, we must reflect upon the true essence of independence. Freedom grants us the power to shape our destiny, to express our thoughts, and to pursue our dreams without any constraints. It provides us with the opportunity to make choices that shapes our life and to contribute for our nation's growth. However, great freedoms comes with a great responsibility. We must remember that our action should not harm others or jeopardize the well-being of society. Independence brings with it responsibility to uphold the values of equality, justice, and unity. It is our duty to work together to eradicate inequality, fight injustice, and build harmonious society where every individual can thrive. Let us use our freedom to create a better future, not only for ourselves, but for the future to come. In this era, we are very lucky that we're no longer under colonizations. We have more opportunities for our country, and we can bring our flag proudly. And we can sing together. Indonesia yang merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia yang merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya. In conclusion, let us cherish and celebrate the true meaning of independence. Let us recognize the sacrifices who came before us. Let us honor their effort by using our freedom wisely and responsibly. So, let us use our freedom to create a better future. Let us continue to build a strong and prosperous nation that stands as a beacon of hope and inspiration for the world. May we continue to be inspired by our ancestors, and may we continue to shape and create Indonesia independence that stands as a beacon of hope. I am Adindra Rumaisha Ayu. Happy Independence Day. Merdeka. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Honorable jury, honorable teacher and staff, honorable teacher and staff, and my loving sister and brother in Akidah Islamiyah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Sayyidina wa nabiyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'du. First, let's we say thanks to Allah who has given us mercy and blessing until we can to meet together in this simple place. Second, salawat wassalam for our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has brought us from the darkness until the lightness. And the last, don't forget to say thanks for our Master of Ceremony, who has given me the time for speech in front of you all. My name is Nisa Salima from Ar-Rahmaniyah Islamic Boarding School, Muaralahi. I would like to deliver my speech about heroism in commemoration of Indonesia's Independence Day. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, the Indonesian people were colonized by the Dutch for 350 years, not to mention Japan. During the time, our nation has lived under pressure, oppression, and helplessness. During the time, we were told and safe. Our nation was used as a tool to increase the power and the cultivate the wealth of the colonials. Meanwhile, indigenous people only as servants in their own homes. It was very tragic, however, so great the heroes of this nation that we were finally able to be free from colonial
All of this can be realized thanks to the hard work of Indonesian heroes in facing colonialism. In this case, the hero in question is a fighter who bravely fought against the colonial rule in power at the time, even risking his life. Ladies and gentlemen, with colonialism after colonialism that we experience, so fighters were born from various regions in Indonesia. One example is the battle in Surabaya in November 1955. At the time, Surabaya was imposed the sound of cannon scream, women scream, and children praise God, behead everywhere. The sweat and blood that was pouring down indicated Ladies and gentlemen, that's all my speech for today, and thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Salam, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Kabar selamat Ibu Naratai, Salam Saujud, Kalender Malempang, Adil kata Lindu, Baca Ramin, Kasaruga, Sengat, Kacibata, Arus, Arus, Arus. Honorable judges, my respected audience, and everyone here today that I love. First of all, let us give praise and thanks to the Almighty God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given His mercy and grace to all of us, so we can meet and gather in this place in good health. Secondly, may peace and salutation always given to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Before starting my English speech, I will introduce myself. My name is Sabina Asifa. I come from Baru Senior Public High School 1. Today, I want to talk about the Independence Day of Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day that we will never forget. It is the day in which we escaped from the clutches of invaders and was born as an independent nation. Ladies and gentlemen, independence is a gift from Allah and God through the struggle for hundreds of years. Many of them died. They fought for a better future of Indonesia. Our heroes were never afraid, even though they only had traditional weapons. They fight invaders by only spears. While the Netherlands and Japan continue to stop the resistance using modern weapons. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, after struggling for hundreds of years, with the slogan, freedom or death, they won, and that this land belongs to us, belongs to the people of Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, grateful is not only implemented by saying I'm grateful, and I'm grateful, but grateful to be through thought and action. As teenagers, we should support the development by improving academic skills and
to develop talents in non-academic fields. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, grateful is not only implemented by saying I'm grateful, and I'm grateful. But grateful should be done through thought and action. As teenagers, we should support the development by improving academic skills and to develop talents in non-academic fields. We must be able to bring the nation of Indonesia echo in international world. Some example we can see in science competition activity where Indonesian representatives were able to win. Ladies and gentlemen, that good example, of course, is the thing that we must follow. At least, if you are not able to contribute achievement, to contribute if we are not contribute in the achievement and we don't drugs like are behaviors that will lead the section of Indonesia. There are many teenagers in Indonesia who have fallen into that black word.
There was a moment when I asked my friend, how do you think Indonesia would be if Indonesia were a man, were a person? And she answered, for me, Indonesia might be appear as an old grandfather whose hair is starting to turn white and not strong anymore. And I tried to deny at that time. Well, I expected you to answer a man with a big muscle, but for me, the spirit of independence doesn't count by age. And here, I will tell you why the spirit of independence cannot count by age. The honorable judges, committees, respected teachers, ladies and gentlemen. First, I'd like to thank to the Almighty God who has given us the opportunity to be attended to this speech contest with healthiness, spirit, and the faithful. Secondly, salawat and salam may they remain upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has brought us from the darkest day to the brightest day. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Salam Kebajikan, Om Santi Santio. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Here I am, Hanun Sedakinati, standing here in front of you guys to deliver cannot count by age. Young or old, it doesn't matter. The spirit starting to weaken or still strong. Again, it doesn't matter. The hair starting to turn white like what I said, or still black. Again, it doesn't matter. Just like a quote I once heard, love knows no ages. Likewise with this country, no matter how old this country be founded, no matter how young I am, again, I am with Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the best way we can do as a young generation to interpret this 79 years of independence? Friends that I'm proud of, our duty is to maintain and fill the independence with progress and goodness. Education is one of the things that must be prioritized, because through education, students are expected to be mature, to be wise, to be autonomous humans. Ki Hajar Dewata's educational vision explains that amongst other things, that good character must be a very basis for students to achieve their independence as a right human being. A human being who is able to control themselves, to master themselves, and become a civilized human being. The second thing that I will mention here is about unity. Indonesia is a country with rich of cultures, languages, and ethnicity. That diversity should be strength for us to build unity. I bet we all still remember that Indonesia has a motto that said, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, which means it is different, yet it's still one. Indonesia has a diversity of languages, cultures, ethnicity, religions, customs, even arts. An attitude of unity is very needed as a young generation to strengthen unity, to building solidarity together. But unfortunately, we still face so many problems here. What if part of Indonesia itself that hesitate to pursue education? What if part of Indonesia itself that hesitate to strengthen unity? Isn't division is the only thing we have to gain here? One dot is just the same as a seat of destruction. I bet we all still remember that Sukarno has said, my business is easier because it is against the invaders, but your business is much difficult because it is against your own nations. Shouldn't these issues can be a driving force for us to strengthen unity, to build a solidarity together? But however, I am pretty sure with the spirit of independence that flows within us, we are able to continue in making this nation's life intelligent, making the nation's life united, and building solidarity together. On this Independence Day, let's become a young generation who is dedicated to education and unity. Remember, young or old is not a reason to stop. In us, I trust, for Indonesia and for us. That's all for my speech. I hope we can learn together by the speech that I just delivered. I am Hanum Sekatinati from First High School, Wadatewer. Happy Independence Day! Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Tabe salaman, limunatan. Salam sujud.
struggle for all of the audience and these participants of these competitions in celebrating our National Independence Day. First of all, let us offer praise and gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His outcome blessing and promises that have allowed us to be present at this event, commemorating the 79th anniversary of Republic of Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the day that we are always remembered. The day we will never forget. This is the day which we accept of the cultures of inventors and was born as independent nations. Ladies and gentlemen, independence is a gift from Allah and got through the struggle of 100 years. Many of them died. They fought for a better future of Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, after a struggle of 100 years with the slogans, freedom or death, they won and made this land belong to us, belong to the people of Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, as the nation to respect the hero, we should always be grateful for what they've given us. This is the freedom that is so expensive. We can find the freedom to act and to think in Indonesia's land. Because our hero, our sacrifice, are their part of life. Ladies and gentlemen, grateful is not only being implemented by saying, I'm grateful, and I'm grateful. Good grateful should be done through thoughts and actions. As a nation, we should support the development by improving economic skill and continue to develop talents in non-academic fields. We must be able to bring the nations of Indonesia income into national work. For example, that we can see from the representative of 5 Indonesian high school students who won a 3 gold medal and a 2 silver medal in 2023 International Economic Olympiad held in Nevis, Greece. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a good example. Of course, this is the thing that we should follow. At least, if you not be able to contribute at this form of achievements, we should not undermine this independence. A drunk, fights, internet in the cruise, our behavior dominates the directions of Indonesia. There are many young people in Indonesia who have been fallen to the blackboard, and if we have been decided that we could potentially become very successful for these nations, and we are not be able to give useful things to Indonesia, and we are only become a garbage. When there are many teenagers who become garbage, then gradually Indonesia is also a country of a garbage, and it's thrown out to the international community. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that we are always able to give sense of love and respect for the facts, and for all of the heroes and people who contribute to the independence of Indonesia, and continue their fight by building Indonesia so Indonesia will become a better country. Thank you so much for your kind attention from me. Is there any other mistaken or my word that unpleasant you all? I apologize. Good morning. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Revina Nika. I am representative from SMA Negeri 5 Barito. The honorable of the jury and of the participants here. Praise and thanks to the God of Allah. Because His blessing, we can be here in this good moment. And by the grace of Allah, we have the physical and spiritual health. So, at this time, we are able to commemorate a very historic day for Indonesia. In this chance, I will deliver my speech with the theme Independence Day. Ladies and gentlemen, independence is a gift from Allah and God through the struggle for hundreds of years. Many of them died. They fought for a better future of Indonesia. Our heroes were never afraid even though they only had traditional weapons. They fight invaders by only spears. Will the Netherlands and Japan continue to stop their resistance using modern weapons? Ladies and gentlemen, finally, after struggling for hundreds of years with the slogan freedom or deed, they won and made this land belongs to us, belongs to the people of Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, independence
As the nation that respects the hero, we sought to independence is a gift. As the nation that respects the heroes, As the nation that respects the heroes, we shall always be grateful for what they have given us. This is the freedom that's so expensive. We can find a freedom to act and to think in Indonesian land because our heroes sacrificed all their part of life. Ladies and gentlemen, grateful is not only being implemented by saying I'm grateful and I'm grateful. Good grateful soul we don't throw talk and action as teenagers. As teenagers. As teenagers who develop talents in non-academic skills and continue to develop talents in an academic field. We must be able to bring the nation of Indonesia equal international world. Some examples that we can see is science competition activities where Indonesian representatives were able to win. They even succeed with best champion title in our fields. Ladies and gentlemen, that good example, of course, if the heroes, of course, is the thing of follow. At least if we are not able to contribute in the form of achievements, we saw. Bu, sorry kedingat, Bu. Ulangi, Bu. That good example, of course, in aduh makin kedingat, Bu.
Closing.
Langsung tutup. Tutup ini kedingat, Bu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.